Ooh, Slavi Gangsters, me, Chance Dillon, here to talk books. All right, let's get into the reading update really fast. Not too much going on in the reading department, just reading Swan Song. We're in the back quarter here of Swan Song. We got this time jump. Last time I talked about very good so far. I'm loving where the story's going. Everything, there's so much payoff here, even in this part of the end. I just finished a chapter last night that was, I didn't want to go to sleep. I just wanted to finish it. It was just one of those chapters, which is so fun to find in a book. Love reading it so far. And then let's go through this special edition book haul. I got some Broken Binding stuff and some Lit Escalates and some Subterranean Press. I got the Broken Binding Malice edition. This was in the subscription box, and they had sent these out a little late, so Valor and Malice came together. This is Malice. I actually did read Malice. I have not returned to The Faithful and the Fallen yet, but it is something I am intent on finishing at some point. It's a 4-book series by John Gwynne. He's coming out with another book called Wolves of War. I read Shadow of the Gods. I have not read Hunger of the Gods yet, which means I haven't read the end of that series. And the Bloodsworn Trilogy, which I did thoroughly enjoy that first book. Again, just I haven't been able to return to it. We have the Curious King editions of the First Law series, which is one of my favorites. And I mean, there's just the goodies that they give you in this Kickstarter edition. They have this little cool bookmark I left in the kitchen. But wow, this is, of course, the blade itself. Famous opening scene, you know, at least in my head. Before they are hanged, we got one of our favorite gentlemen on the cover. Sorry about the lighting in here today. It's a little bit darker here in New York. And we have Last Argument of Kings, which is still one of my favorite books of all time. There's a page I can turn to in here that will still get a visceral emotional reaction out of me for a specific character. And just, I mean, wow. And then in the box, it says Best Served Cold is coming soon, which is exciting. They're going to do the standalones in the First Law Universe editions as well, which Red Country might have snuck up on one of my all-time favorites. And then I got this a little bit ago. I actually didn't mention it. I don't know why. I think I just forgot. I think I'd gotten it like after I'd filmed the video. But the Bone Hunters, the Subterranean Press Bone Hunters by from the Malazan Book of the Fallen. The Subterranean Press's editions are insane. And apparently they're closing up shop, which is really disheartening. But I do hear that they're going to finish out the series, at least in my estimation and knowledge. But yeah, I can get into writing now as we're done with the massive book haul. I know I just like briefly showed it off. If you guys are interested in me kind of going into my book collection, I do have a fair amount of special editions. I'd be more than happy to one day maybe get my sister here to record for me and kind of go over all the editions I have lying around here. Yeah, I obviously love collecting books. It's as a writer and just admiring beautiful fantasy art. It's just something I think I've always enjoyed. When I was a kid, I loved book covers a ton, and it carried into adulthood. Go figure. So as far as writing goes, I am at 126,000 words for the manuscript of Mercy, the Hallowed, and the Damned. We hit our 7,000 word mark this week, which I'm very happy about. If you guys want, you can subscribe to my newsletter, chancedillonauthor.com. I'll give you an exact word count as to where I'm at. I do have some reflections to put up there this evening, and an announcement in the newsletter that will be going more public next week, leading into our 1-year anniversary of Mercy being published in general. My Runeborn members over on Patreon have that announcement already. My newsletter folks are going to get that announcement tonight. And then next week, I will, in my video, mention what's going on with what my plans are. As far as the business side of the books, as I had mentioned last week, there's still stuff I cannot talk about. We're sort of in this mode of no news is good news. And that's, I'm just going to leave it at that. But either way, we have progressed. It's exciting and it's nerve-wracking and I'm antsy and it's made writing invigorating. Of course, I sit down and write and it's like the actual session of writing is easier, but getting down to sit and it just has that feeling of like, man, I should be doing something. I should be, I can't say too much, but I'm just really, really excited. and it's totally possible that my excitement is unwarranted, though. Even in the worst case scenario here, it's still exciting. It's still very exciting. It's still something that didn't exist before that now exists, and it's just out of nowhere. And the ramifications of that with all that is kind of going on behind the scenes right now is the potential is massive, and it's really, 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 really exciting. That's all I can say. And of course, you know, it's one of those things that you have to balance being so confident in the work that you created and also bring yourself back down to earth. Although, if everything goes according to plan, like I had no means of needing to keep my feet on the ground because I can jump for joy, you know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I digress. I'm going to do my short form, although this video is rather short today. To be honest, with everything kind of going on in the background, it is hard for me. It was harder for me to get in front of the camera today. But I did have all these special editions I wanted to show you guys and share my reading experience with Swan Song, and of course the word count stuff. Overall, Roomboard members, you guys know what's going on sort of behind the scenes in terms of the next phase of the series. But there's an even larger phase brewing, and it's you can only do so much of controlling the timing of some of these things. So you control what you can't control, and the stuff out of your control you got to just kind of let go, which carries into a lot of places in life. But go ahead and sign up for the Discord. The Book Street Boys are reading Swan Song over there. There's a group chat or a chat that we can converse in, and that's a good time. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Probably, and my brain's just, you know, kind of, I'll say overloaded, but yeah, it's fine. Just very grateful. Again, I know I'm going to say this every week, but it's true. Like, seriously, unbelievably grateful. And more to come. And I'm saying that a lot. And, like, gotten bad at that lately. I used to be really good at that. Not saying it, but here I am saying it. Anyway. Almost fell. You all have a wonderful weekend. And, yeah, I will see you next week.